All right, so new year, new look. Cut my hair off, shave my goatee off. We're still gonna get to work though. We got a 1996 Chevrolet Impala SS. A customer wants to put a big set of 26s under the back tuck. I showed them to you in another video, but this is the wheel that we're gonna run. Actually, I don't even know who makes this wheel, but it's supposed to be an Impala replica of the factory wheel with a big lip. 26 by 10. Yeah, 26 by 10. I don't know the offset, but it's got a pretty good lip on it. What we're gonna do is narrow the rear end 1.25 inches to get them tucked under there. I actually had to cut a little bit of the body away just to get the tire in there so I could test fit it to see how much I needed to narrow. Ordered axles from Mosier last week. They came in yesterday, so we're fixing to put on a lift, pull the rear end out, get it cleaned up, get it ready to start chopping, get these things tucked up under there. Got the floating center caps. We're easily amused around here. All right, y'all follow along. All right, so this car already has south side machine and performance lower control arms, and if you can see up in there, it's got spoon upper link bars. I say control arms, link bars. Customer had already installed these himself. We're going to use those to center the rear end under the car, and it actually lets you move the wheel back in the fender well or pull it forward so that you can get it centered perfect. But we're gonna pull the brakes off, leave those on the car, drain the fluid out, and then start taking everything loose to get the rear end out. All right, so we had to quit for a little while because apparently we were under a tornado warning and all the weather got here. So you didn't see that on the video, but it rained a lot really fast. And the back half of this car is at the edge of my shoulder, so I was getting soaked. So I ain't on no time crunch, so figured I better wait till it blowed over. I'm gonna get back on it. Here we go. So still out here kicking. My gimbal died on me. Had to charge it a little bit. I got the end of this axle cleaned up. Got my 1.25 inch marked out. Measured my overall axle shaft, wrote it down on my axle so that I can get it exactly the length it needs to be. I'm taking it out right here at the very end. The axle actually tapers down. There's a flat spot here between the lower link bar perch and the end of the axle where I can take it out and it won't affect anything. 4-link will still bolt right back up. backing plates will back right back up, bolt right back up. Everything will work the way it's supposed to. I charged my gimbal. I don't know if it's going to stay charged long enough to film all this. If not, I'm sorry, but we're fitting to get to cutting on this thing. Alright, so it's the next morning. My gimbal that holds my phone just would not cooperate last night. I charged it for 20-30 minutes trying to get a few minutes of footage and kept dying on me. But I charged it all night. Should be good this morning. I got the rear end chopped down both sides. Got 1.25 inches took out, so 2.5 total on the rear end. The only thing that I removed off this rear end was the bump stops. Don't really need those, and they was kind of in the way, so I took those out. And this morning I'm going to put the rear end back together, put the new axles in, and there's a I guess an input shaft sensor in the front of this rear end. It's most likely for traction control or the speedometer. Not really sure, because this is actually the first one of these cars I've ever worked on. But it's got a little bitty 10mm bolt that holds that in. It broke off. The car's got a little bit of rust under it. I mean, this car's 25 years old now, so it's not a brand new car. I got to get that broken bolt out before I put it back in, because it needs that sensor. Gonna work on that, getting the rear end put back together. Got some paint, got new wheel seals for the ends. I'm gonna put those in. I'm gonna check the bearings when I get the seals out, make sure they're good. If they're not good, I'm gonna run get some bearings for it. But this rear end felt really tight. This car don't have a whole lot of miles on it, but it felt tight whenever I took it apart. So those should be okay. But it's always common practice for me. Every time I take the rear end apart, I at least change the wheel seals. The one on that end was already leaking. Everything you touch on it's black goo, because it had a wheel seal that was leaking and brake dust, and it just makes a mess. But when I get done with my brake clean here in a little while and get the inside of the housing cleaned out, get the outside of the housing cleaned out, it should be good to go. Look like $1 million. Sorry I didn't get it all filmed yesterday. It happens. So that's what come out of there. This is the seal that I bought yesterday. It's clearly too big. So we get to go back to O'Reilly's. Yay. It's okay. I forgot shop towels anyway, so I need to go back. Alright, so went back to O'Reilly's. Stanley got me fixed up with the right seals. See if I can get them guys tapped in there. I also checked these wheel bearings while I had it the seal out, and they feel really tight. There's no freaking play in them at all, hardly. They just spin and do what they're supposed to do. voila, just like that. All right, so this is the sensor hole I was talking about earlier. The bolt broke off whenever I went to take it out. So I left the sensor on the car. So I just pulled the sensor out so I could take the rear end loose. And that bolt broke off. So I tried to get a hold of it with a pair of vice grips. I ain't having no luck. So I'm going to weld a nut to it and see if I can get it out of there. Shoot. Ah, first try. That don't ever happen, by the way. I almost grabbed it after I just welded it. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can find me a matching bolt so I have something to put back in there. Alright, how you know which way this goes is because before you took it apart, you marked it top or bottom. Don't be an idiot and just take it apart. Do yourself a favor and mark it. Yeah, just give me the room. Okay. Hey, come here. Stand right here. Me and Dan's gonna pick his rear end up. Hold this up flat.
Huh? What?
Don't let it fall down.
This?
No, this.
Oh.
Ready, set, go. Pretty heavy. Good job, girl. You did a lot.
I didn't do anything.
Alright, you got it right there?
Yeah, there's a...
Got around, though.
Get in the camera.
Yeah.
I don't called you out now.
Fancy. Oh shit, inspector.
Hey, I want y'all to look. Y'all look at this. Look. Look who came to hang out with us today.
Wow.
Jose had a kid. How old's your kid now?
About 5 weeks.
What's his name?
5 weeks?
Winston.
Winston, whole name.
Josiah.
Winston Josiah. I like that. But he's over here. He's dressed a little too nice to be working, so he's just going to hang out with us while we put this rear end back in. We ain't seen him lately, and that's why. He became a father.
Get the hell from
And me, I be trying to let mine go up for adoption right here.
For $1. $1.
Just kidding. I wouldn't give mine up for nothing in the world.
Yes, you would. You would give me up for $1.
$1?
We would like to give our kids up, but
Hey!
Tax time coming up this
The
week.
tax time coming up, I need that benefit.
I'm like 4'10", don't mean y'all have to get rid of me. We're living a short family.
Alright, start pumping there, sir. Hey, give me that green work light, McKenzie.
It's right there on the toolbox.
Where did it go? I can't find it. Oh.
This smart ass.
I can't even do one pull-up. I'm weak.
Hey, that thing ain't on time lapse, so
Okay.
I'm just letting you know. Alright, come on up. Plenty of clearance up top. What y'all think? It's a lot of wheel.